Live Sports Reporters. Well, we got fallout from last night's victory, but all is not well in the Indiana Fever fandom community, particularly the Caitlin Clark community, because even though they got a win last night, you got a lot of people that are still not happy. And they're still not happy with the brand of basketball that this team plays and how Caitlin Clark is being used. By the way, boy, that pick and roll, come on. I mean, it's such an easy thing to run.
Something genuinely shocking just happened inside the Indiana Fever fan base, and the numbers coming out right now are impossible to ignore. Fans are walking away. Resale tickets for Fever games, tickets to watch Caitlin Clark, the most electric player in women's basketball, are hitting the secondary market for as low as $8. $8. Let that sink in. And while the numbers are shocking on their own, what is even more alarming is why this is happening and who is at the center of it. Stay with me through this video because what Stephanie White said recently tells you everything you need to know about the future of this franchise. Let me take you back to what has been building all season. The Indiana Fever came into 2026 with enormous expectations. In 2024, Caitlin Clark's rookie year, the Gainbridge Fieldhouse was averaging over 17,000 fans per game. Sellouts, hysteria. Every arena Clark walked into was packed. The Fever were must-see television. People who had never watched women's basketball in their lives were tuning in specifically because of number 22. But something changed under Stephanie White. The offense slowed down. The pick and roll, the play that unleashed Clark in 2024, essentially vanished. Fans started noticing it immediately. The game became harder to watch. The urgency, the pace, the up-tempo style that made Clark the most talked-about player in the country started disappearing from the floor. And fans are expressing that frustration the only way they can, with their wallets. If you're enjoying this breakdown, smash that like button. It really helps the channel. Now, let me give you the hard data, because this is not speculation. Reports from Vivid Seats and TicketSmarter confirm resale tickets for Indiana Fever games have been going for as low as $7 to $8 at the start of the 2026 season. That is not a typo. $7 to $8 to watch the face of the WNBA play live. Compare that to 2024, when Fever tickets were selling at premium prices across the secondary market, routinely above face value, with fans traveling from across the country just to be in the building when Clark played. And it gets worse. In a recent road game at the Crypto.com Arena against the Los Angeles Sparks, one of the biggest arenas in the league, only around 12,000 of 19,000 seats were filled. The upper ring was closed. They closed the upper deck because they did not expect enough fans to fill it. For a Caitlin Clark game. That is the reality of what is happening to the Indiana Fever brand right now. But the story takes a truly remarkable turn when you hear what Stephanie White herself said publicly. When fans pushed back, when the criticism about the offensive system reached a boiling point on social media, White essentially looked directly at the fan base and told them to sit down and stop complaining. Front Office Sports and ESPN reported the growing disconnect between what fans and analysts want to see on the floor and what White's coaching philosophy is delivering. Fans are asking for pick-and-roll sets. They are asking for Clark to be the primary ball handler, the engine of a fast-breaking offense. They are getting a slow-paced, methodical system that, as one prominent analyst put it, is genuinely difficult to watch. And here is the thing that nobody is talking about. Clark herself addressed her role during the April Media Day, acknowledging that she was expected to play more off the ball and more in half-court sets because bringing the ball up 94 feet under full-court pressure, every possession is physically taxing at the WNBA level. Clark was transparent about it. But transparency about a system is not the same as that system actually working for the fans who pay to watch it. Social media forums and fan communities are not just venting anymore. They are calling for wholesale changes to the coaching staff. The sentiment across fan boards is consistent. The current approach is actively suppressing Caitlin Clark's potential, and if the front office does not respond, the Fever will continue bleeding attendance and cultural relevance. One prominent influencer and analyst summed up the feeling of the entire fan base perfectly. She said Stephanie White is reading from the manual on how to blow up a franchise in 3 easy steps. Now here's the part that nobody is talking about. The Fever won a game recently. They actually got a result. And even with the win, the discourse online did not improve. Fans celebrated the victory but immediately went back to hammering the offensive philosophy, the pick-and-roll usage, and Clark's role in the system. That tells you something critical. This is not a team on a losing streak where frustrated fans just want wins. This is a fan base that is fundamentally unhappy with the direction of the franchise at the structural level, regardless of the box score. The $8 ticket is not just a price point, it is a verdict. It is the market telling the Indiana Fever front office exactly what it thinks of the product on the floor. In 2024, Caitlin Clark made the Fever must-see television. In 2026, the product is available for the price of a fast food meal, and arenas are leaving seats empty. Something has to give, and the pressure on Stephanie White and the Fever organization to change course has never been higher. What do you think is the best move for the Indiana Fever going forward? Should Stephanie White change the offensive system, or is it time for a more significant change at the top? Let me know down in the comments. I read every single one. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that notification bell. We cover every major WNBA story as it breaks, so you never miss a thing. Stay tuned because the pressure on this Indiana Fever front office is about to reach a boiling point, and you are going to want to hear what happens next before anyone else does.